They're everywhere, aren't they?
Portfolio update.
Portfolio update. Portfolio update.
Portfolio update.
Portfolio updates. YouTubers taking you to one side and revealing it all. Showing you their investment portfolios, how they've performed, what changes they've made, and so on. It's either that, or what's the next stock that's going
On a rocket ship to the moon.
Going to the moon, baby!
Go to Mars.
to the moon. If I never have to hear that phrase again before I die, I really won't mind. Let's discuss why, as a financial advisor, I don't do portfolio updates. Right, first things first. This is not a dig at any of my fellow YouTube creators out there that make this kind of content. You know I talk to a lot of you on a regular basis, and although I guess I probably couldn't call you friends, because I really don't know you that well, you certainly seem like a good bunch of people, so please don't take this the wrong way. And of course, you can make whatever content you like. Why do you make them? Well, probably because people watch them, so they must be getting some value from them. And quite frankly, you all know that they watch them more than anything that I put out. So what do I know? But just let me explain why I personally don't do portfolio updates. It's not just because it's a compliance nightmare, although to be honest with you, it is. As a regulated and qualified financial advisor, if I come on here bearing and showing you all the dirty dark secrets of my own investment portfolio, I'd likely be on pretty dicey ground. Yes, I'm sure it could be covered with all the usual disclaimers, this is not financial advice, this is for entertainment only, etc. Although it is honestly not the main reason why I don't do it. All I'm saying is, just imagine Usain Bolt popping up here on YouTube and casually showing you the trainers that he chose to wear to win his last gold medal. Are you telling me that some budding Olympian wouldn't be influenced by that, even with disclaimers? Did I just liken myself to Usain Bolt? Okay, that's not what I meant. I'm certainly not the world's best investor, and quite frankly, for those of you that have ever seen me run, I'm so slow it's like I'm running backwards. Apparently, being on a platform like this, YouTube, makes me, and you, my fellow creators, finfluencers. I know, that's just a term that I learnt last week as well. Finance influencers. Whether you're a big channel or a small channel like me, there are people watching. Or at least I hope there are people watching. Is there anybody out there? And if you're talking from a position of some knowledge or some level of expertise, then it's likely that you're going to have influence over people. And for me personally, I take that really, really seriously. I'm trying to achieve two main things with this channel. I want to provide education and entertainment. Now I know from the comments actually that some of you would say I'm really not that entertaining. And maybe I'm not that educational at all anyway. But nevertheless, those are the two things I'm trying to achieve. I want people to gain knowledge, to spark an interest, to learn further, to get a much higher level of better understanding about personal finance and investing. Not just blindly choose some investments just because. I've said it before on this channel, but personal finance is just that. Personal, and I really don't think that that can be underestimated. By getting a better understanding and at least even learning the basics and the principles behind investing, you can make better informed decisions on what's right for you. As an example, imagine Andre Zik, a huge YouTuber and one that I really enjoy watching. Imagine him bunging another $20,000 into crypto. That may well be right for him, but I want to bet that it's probably not right for most people. Same investment decision, different level of suitability, all dependent on the person that's making it and their circumstances. The experience of investing should be the exact opposite of what I hope my videos are, like watching paint dry. It's tortoise and hare, and consider me firmly in the tortoise's corner. I worry that this abundance of portfolio updates that you're seeing promotes a bit of a short-term view. You know, what happened last week, last month with my portfolio? Was it up or down? Remember, before the birth of all these investment apps and all this information on tap, investors would tend to get a statement once a year, an annual statement showing them the performance of their investments over the course of the last 12 months. To a degree, ignorance is bliss because it helps to strip out the emotion. If you don't see all the short-term fluctuations in your portfolio, it somewhat protects you from making short-term poor decisions. For example, selling when markets have dropped. Take the market reaction to COVID as a perfect example of this. Between February the 12th and March the 23rd, the Dow Jones, as an example, lost 37% of its value. 37%. Roll on a mere 8 months to November and US markets were back to their January levels, and the Dow actually passed 30,000 points for the first time on November the 24th. Even with that huge bump in the road, and it was a pretty big bump, markets in 2020 by the end of the year still grew. That experience will have been made all the tougher if you're sat there on your phone app watching the value of your investments tumble day by day with your morning cereals. Whereas, if you only get a statement at the end of the year, all would have appeared rosy in the garden. However, with all that being said, I'm not saying we should go back to only checking our valuations once a year. I think more information is nearly always better. All I'm saying is it does require a bit of balance. When I see clients checking on their portfolios with their breakfast, lunch and tea, and then once more before bed, I tell them no. Stop it. Now, I'm not specifically calling anyone a liar, and this certainly doesn't apply to anybody in my inner circle. You know who you are, but I have seen some pretty dodgy claims on some of these portfolio update videos, whether it's including free shares from referrals on free trade in their overall return, making their returns look a lot better, for example. It's like they say, the devil is always in the detail, and very often the detail is severely lacking from these update videos, and I just think that can be pretty misleading, especially if you're a first-time investor watching. Ultimately, don't forget, these people will not be there to help pick up the pieces if the investment decisions they made go badly and you chose to follow them. They will not be in your corner, and they certainly won't take any responsibility. And this goes too for you shady channels pumping and promoting awful penny stocks. Has nobody seen Wolf of Wall Street? As a financial advisor and planner, I believe that the success to personal finance is more actually about planning, goal setting, tax planning, etc., rather than stock picks, although of course investing plays a huge important part. YouTube and the internet in general is a fantastic resource, but remember, YouTube is here primarily to entertain you, so choose your entertainment wisely.
Are you not entertained?